30 people in this bitch within the next 2 minutes, bro. Then I know they fucking with my shit. I know they fucking with my shit, bro. That's the only way I can get in the algorithm. If I don't get that, I mean, I go off of faith at that point. But if I know they're intentionally blocking my videos, I kind of got to fight against it. So if you keep seeing me jump online and cutting it off, it's because I'm trying to fight through them trying to restrict my videos, because that's what they be doing. They restricted my other video, had 300 views. They said that's too much. Because literally, bro, I'm fighting against YouTube. I'm literally on this bitch fighting against us. Like, come on, bro. That ain't, like, you can say that ain't fair a little bit. It's like, yo, you supposed to leave my shit alone. Why are you on my tip? What am I doing to you guys? I'm not doing nothing. You should get on those people that be cussing and being half naked and stuff like that. Well, not really the cussing part. They're still not cussing like a sailor. And they're putting this for kids. But I'm over here minding my business, bro. But I know when I speak early, they kind of come. But this is not my type of ritual, you know? This ain't no, I ain't got my theme song playing. I ain't warmed up. I ain't got sweat coming off my body and I'm jumping in a fight. You feel me? That's basically what's going on right now. Even though I've been doing it without music, but that's what I like. But I want to play some Neil Young. See if that brings the birds in. They ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that one. I don't care. I'm getting this shit done, bro. It's in and out like a robbery. But no robbery, you know? Nobody was robbed in the making of this video. Alright, FBI? Oh, wow. You heard that? They cut my music off. That's the devil, bro. Or devil, you win. You win this time, buddy. You win this time, motherfucker, because I'm not going to get off my shit. Because every time I get off and get back on, I end up losing a chat. Shit like that. Well, chat can be a detriment at a point in time. Like, you don't need your chat on all the time. You do not need your chat. I feel like your chat could be your biggest distraction, bro. Yes, it can. Especially when you're channeling, bro. You look at the chat, that channel could go out in the drain potentially. So you gotta be careful. Confirmation with that dropping. Any weird sound you hear after you say something, nephew, that's a confirmation, especially when it's outside of the box of where you at. You know what I'm saying? It's like I say something and the door break. You know what I'm saying? That's Big Mama saying, yeah, that's right. Damn, dude, I'm going to get this shit off anyway because I feel like I'm wasting time waiting for the algorithm to catch up. It's going to catch up when it wants. But, yo, man, sometimes you do got to take confirmation when I say this. Sometimes you got to take calculated risks, man. Especially when you that type of nigga, you like a snake. I'm like a snake. Dude, I will wait for the perfect opportunity to strike. Especially a specific opportunity you've been hovering around. It's like a dream you've been hovering around, bro. Sometimes you gotta strike when the iron's hot. Because if you strike it when it's cold, you're not gonna get no branding mark, you know? That's like trying to hit a cow. You're trying to brand a cow, right? But it ain't the right time that the iron not hot. That cow gonna think you playing with his booty. No diddy. But when it feel that iron on that butt, that hot iron over side his ass, then he knows something cooking. So you just know when it's the perfect time to strike, when the opportunity is right there saying, hey, come get me. That's the best time to strike. I learned that. You got to take calculated risk out here. You just don't take a whole bunch of risk and hope one come in. Especially when it has no direction. Especially if you ain't been prowling at it. You ain't been prowling it, circling it. You know? When you've been looking at something and you know it's yours, sometimes you got to take that risk. Life's all about calculated risk. It's not really a risk when you know it's achievable. Even if it may not drop. I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it as, hey man, that's a success because I still did it. Because you got people that's out here that never take a risk on life, they'll just stay in the box. So I'm always willing to risk it. I don't take too big of, I take big risks, but when it's time to take big risks, you just go out here and put all your chips on one play. You don't do that. You're going to end up broke. You're going to end up on the street. You got to be very calculated when you're taking your risk. Very precise. Something that you know. Something that you're confident in. Them the things you take a risk in. Even times when you're walking on the tightrope and you kind of forced to take a risk. Them different, nephew. Them ain't the same. That's like you in a pit. Basically, it's a risk being in the pit itself. So it gets to a point where you're going to have to just risk it. Fuck it. You got to get out that pit, don't you? You got to get out that pit, don't you? So you're going to have to fucking risk it. But I'm talking about them calculated risks that'll level you up. Something that you see. It's like a snake. It's like a snake with its prey. Calculated. You know what time it sleep. You know what time it wake up. You know what time it eat. You know what time it piss and shit. Them type of risks. Something that you've been hovering around. Just like me with certain fights. There's certain guys that I know I can beat. That's a calculated risk. I'm not just gonna jump in there with Martin Bakoli big ass. Yeah, he's, it is what it is. But certain niggas, I'm not gonna say I'm cherry picking, but cry before you walk. So before you jump in there with him, nigga, see if you can beat a smaller guy. Yeah, I'm not a weight bully though. I don't go after the sucky guys. I go for the great guys, I don't go for the tomato cans. I might go for a tomato can that's light heavyweight. But a smaller dude, no, you got to fight a good small dude because otherwise you're beating up on the little guy. But if he has good skills, basically balancing out the scales at that point. But even those are risks, bro. You can cherry pick, nigga. I don't get no fuck. Just you ain't gonna get good doing that. You can cherry pick a little bit, but in the beginning stages, but it's like you cherry picking on little things. Sometimes you gotta go for the big one. You playing the pick 3 all the time. You won it a few times. Sometimes you gotta get the Powerball. You know what I mean? Instead of getting 50 little tickets, nigga, just go for the Powerball 2 times or so. That big risk is confirmation. That big risk is worth the little risk. Worth more than the little risk is what I wanted to say. Them little risks, man. It's like, it get you a couple cigarettes in your pocket, but that big risk, it gets you 3 houses. That big risk, make sure your kids good and their kids. Sometimes you got to take that risk. But even if you are in it and you fall, bro, at least you took that risk because on the opposite coin of that, you could have been successful in terms of receiving the result that you were looking for. But still, you get a learning experience on the opposite end as long as you look at it like that. You don't look at it like a failure, but you jumped in the game when you felt called. That's the best you can do, because what if the tables turned to where you actually got what you were looking for? So you just got to have a glass half full type of energy when it comes to that type of stuff, because you're investing in yourself at the end of the day. That's what it all boils down to. You're taking a risk on yourself. It's best to take a risk on yourself instead of always take a risk on people. Take a risk on yourself. You matter. Take a risk on yourself. And just expect the best. That's the best thing I can tell you, because if you're putting that negative energy in it, I don't think that's going to do you no good. Any good. Sometimes you just got to be like, fuck it, I'm going. Just like with these goddamn videos, man. I just risk it. I wouldn't say I risk it. You ain't really no big risk. Kind of is if you scared to talk. I don't get no fuck, nigga. I don't fought the good fight to be here, bro. On life itself. Confirmation. They didn't just give it to me easy. They would not just let me sit on a piece of earth without fighting for my life a little bit, unfortunately. So real shit though, bro. Real shit. They would not give it to me easy, bro, just by me sitting here. I had to fight. So it's like, nigga, I'ma speak, nephew. You know, nigga, I done broke through some. I ain't supposed to be here if it's up to the enemy. All the shit they did to try to kill me. So it's like, if it's up to them, I'm not supposed to be here. So that was a risk, and that's not really a risk. It's not really a risk. Like, just because you want me dead, don't mean I'ma die, bitch. Just because you want me off the planet, that don't mean I'm gonna be off the planet. Like, it's just people that they're bothered by light. They're bothered by power that they can't control. They're bothered that they don't have access. That ain't my problem. That ain't really a risk. But you get what I'm saying? This was going to be here either way. There was no other coin flip.
The car's probably going to be hella smoky.
It's either I'm going to get through this shit easily, or it's going to get through that shit with a little bit of resistance. But that other shit they wanted would have never happened. Even if they wanted to, which they did. But they made me fight for it, though. They did. So I feel like I got my stripes. I feel like I got my stripes to be here. So it really don't matter. It really don't matter to me. You know, I'ma speak, bro. Because my shit trickles down to the ethers. Like I talked to my boy the other day. Speaking about my boy, like it seeped through the ethers. My boy hear what I'm saying, nigga. Get ready, though. That's all I'm finna say, nigga. Get ready, because I'm here. I'm not coming. I'm already here. So, nigga, do a little light camp, and that's that. I'm gonna do a light camp, too, because it's like I already know how to do it. Why put my body to a deteriorating state to prove what? When you got it already, you ain't got to do too much. You have to do situational based training. A lot of people don't know that. You got to have IQ even when you're training, bro. You can't be doing things hard-nosed all the time. I learned that. You got to train through situations. Don't just do a whole bunch of shit, because that's how you get your body sore for no reason and then break something. I mean, you do the basics, the fundamentals. But then after that, you do situational awareness training. You do different type of training. Like, that's the only way I'm going to beat my mans. Is if I continue to do what I do. Because if I do a whole bunch of fucking shit, that I can't use that in a fight. The fuck? I got to do things that I'm going to do in that fight and what I'm going to do on him. And just focusing on that. Instead of doing a whole bunch of stupid shit. That's what people be fucking themselves up and then they spar heavy. Like, I got my own methods of spar. Shout out to you with the light. I got my own method, confirmation. I got my own way to spar. I don't spar, nigga. I ain't even gonna say nothing because they copy my idea. You know what I think? I think Zuffa stole my boxing idea, bro. Because I had a plan. I been had a plan to do some boxing shit years ago, bro. And next thing you know, Zuffa come down the pipe. I got a feeling they stole my sauce. That's all I'm finna say. Nigga, if you know, you know. If you know who I am, then you already know I'm telling the truth. If you don't know me, you gonna think I'm lying. But I been had something down the pipe. But it's like, y'all ain't finna stop me. I ain't finna say what I'm cooking. I just know they copy. I don't give a fuck how much money I got, nigga. I was the only one thinking like that. For real, though. Al Heyman wanted to finesse the system. I wasn't finessing the system. I was literally doing something. I ain't gonna say shit. It is what it is, nigga. Two can play at that game. Y'all ain't gonna be the only niggas in the game doing that shit. Just know that. Just know that y'all ain't gonna be the only niggas in the game. But yeah, man, you gotta take calculated risk. Just like me hopping in that ring with Crawford. That is a calculated risk. I've been watching that nigga for years. I'm like, okay. I know how to fight the good fight with him. But you gotta risk it. I gotta get in there and get the job done. I could talk all this hoorah, but if I'm not willing to go in there and risk it, there's no point in me talking and training. I'm gonna have to get in there and try him out. Test his chin. If he can touch my chin, I gotta get my chin tested. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is, bro. It's the name of the game. It's a fight game. But if I don't go in there and risk it, how do I know if I'm a win or not, you know? That's why I'm like, dude, I don't care if you beat me, bro. But just know I'm coming there to win. Like, yeah, I'm coming there to win, bro. I'm not coming there to lose.
Yeah.
I'm putting my all in that fight. Yeah, I'm putting my all in that fight, bro. I'm not folding. Confirmation. I'm gonna fight the good fight, just like how he fought Crawford. I mean Canelo. He fought the good fight to beat Canelo. All I gotta do is fight a good fight one night. That's it. That's why it's like, dude, man, I just gotta be perfect for 36 minutes, maybe 32 minutes, because we're not going 12 rounds. We're just going 10 rounds. I just gotta be perfect for 10 rounds on that dude. I know he can punch. I know he can punch, and the more weight you put on that nigga, come on, man, that's a risk. It's a risk fighting that dude, but it's like, fuck it. This is how you be great. You fight guys like that, and once I beat him, then I'll fight AJ. Then I'll fight Fury. But if I can't beat Crawford, nigga, then I need to sit down somewhere. If I can't beat that dude, on some real nigga shit. If I can't beat him, nigga, I don't need to be in the heavyweights. But that's a risk. But that certain risks are just worth taking. And then when you take that risk, you know you can fry bigger fish. Just like you go hunting. You go hunting in the forest. I don't like hunting animals. I'm not gonna talk about that. Well, I don't like saying hunting if we're not talking about game. So that's like going to the casinos, G. It's like you go into the casinos and you playing roulette. You playing that thing where you land on black, land on red, and you bet on red, and you win 50 bands. That should let you know, go bigger, but don't lose everything. Like, oh, if I won that, shit, I can win 500 bands here. You feel me? That's how you look at that. You don't look at that like, let me flip this 550K all at once to see if I can hit 50 mil. Don't do that. Don't put all your eggs in that basket, but be calculated with it. Like, let me see what 1,000 do. Put 1,000 down on red. Next you win another 50 bands. You're like, okay, cool. Type shit. You know, calculated risk, not stupid risk. Not dumb risk. That's like me going in there with the Daniel, what's that dude named Fabio Wardley? I'm like, nah. Let me see if I can take this little nigga punches. Then I can take this little nigga punches. Then you gauge it next fight. Cause I'm only fighting the best, bro. I'm at that level where it's like, yeah, I'm only fighting the best. Unless I'm taking a couple of developmental fights, but I'm not gonna be doing that my whole career. Like a Zurdo Ramirez or Jaime Munguia. Like, nigga got 40 wins for tomato cans and shit. I ain't gonna do that. If I want a tomato can, nigga, I'll go buy some Campbell soup. It's okay to have a couple tomato cans, but it gets to a point where, nigga, you got too many cans in your cabinet. Yeah, nigga, at least what he said, at least take the corned beef hash can. They got a little grit to it. This nigga taking a tomato can. 25-cent tomato cans, man. Nigga, go get the sardines. They pack a punch. But yeah, man, it's all about taking calculated risk, though. Even in terms of other areas, like, yeah, man, it's like love is a risk, bro. It's like going after your dreams is a risk. A little bit. Because you got to get out of your comfort zone. That's a risk in itself, meaning like, you might not do it. You might be stuck. But you might jump. You might get somewhere. But even if you jump and you might not get to that destination you're looking for, you're going to go to somewhere that pleases you. So either way, it's a win-win. It's like when people get in the ring. It's like you get people respect because you jump in that bitch. Like, that's not really a loss. Bro, you went in there already. Like, come on, man. And you didn't run away. I mean, if you run smart, okay. But if you just go in that bitch running, all right, you ain't really fighting at that point. But, you know, you go in there, you make a good account of yourself, you know? That's a win in itself. It's experience that you got. Just like when you go to the casino. You put $400, but you still got $5,000. But you blow that $500, but you still got that other $45, and you leave. And you left with an experience. You left with a lesson, to where you apply what you need to know. You go back and you double what you lost. Shit like that, you know. Don't just take the L like a loss. You take that L like a lesson, so you can integrate it into a victory later on. Just like when I went out there in LA. It was a lesson coming back, but now I know sometimes you gotta weather the storm. Confirmation with that cough. Another confirmation with the cough. A couple of confirmations with the cough. But yeah, I should have weathered the storm when I was out there, bro. I should not have came back to my hometown. That was not a good idea. Because I know how the divine work. I would have been okay if I surrendered. Just for the simple fact, I didn't want to stay in the unknown out there. I feel like I couldn't see. That was a risk in itself. Me coming back here. I mean, it planned out to be what it was, because, I mean, I made it safe, you know. I'm here. I'm still alive. You know, everything was okay. But that would have been a risk if I stayed. Who knows what would have happened. It was fun though. I wouldn't say I'll be back, but I won't be back. You know, if I gotta take a connecting flight there and I got like a 12-hour layover, you might see me out in LA. You might. But also, let me chill in LA. Nah, bro. Too much fuckery over there. If I got a fight in LA, yeah, I'll go to the fight. But I ain't gonna get on that shit like I used to. Go in the green towns. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy. I ain't gonna say I miss going to the dispensary, but boy, I was going to get my weed. I don't smoke no more though, but I was going to get my weed. Uber everywhere out there, nigga. Trying to find out I had a couple dispensaries next to me. And I think this place I was going to got raided. On some weird shit. It was fun out in LA though, man. One of the best times I had, man. Made some of the best music. I'm talking about, I made some of the best fucking music. So shout out to LA, man. Shout out to LA. Shout out to Slauson Crenshaw. I was a Slauson boy. Yeah, that was a risk in itself, me going out there. That was a calculated risk, bro. That was a calculated risk, but it all came out as planned. So risk are worth taking when it's calculated. You ain't just taking senseless risk. Like, let me go to a random country I never heard of or did research. That's a stupid risk. To an extent. You have no research of that place. That's like me going to Colombia, man. There's no point in me going to Colombia, bro. What the fuck am I doing in Colombia? You know what I mean? There's certain risk you got. You can. It can bite you in the ass taking risks. So you want to be careful just doing any and everything. Well, yeah, man. I think I'm gonna wrap it up because I don't want to get tired and start passing out on camera. But you get me though, man. Take the proper risk because it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. But that's about it. That's your boy. I'm out. Take calculated risk. Don't be scared. Don't be scared because, hey, man, life is a risk in a sense. Fuck it. Don't just be out here and waste your money and blow your money, though. I'm not responsible with that dumb shit. But, you know, take a risk on yourself, bro. Peace. I gotta play one of my songs. I think now you ready for it. I told you.
In the summertime, when the weather is hot, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind.
He said, you got women on your mind. That nigga was horny making
Go
this.
out and see what you can find.
Nigga was horny when he made this song.
If a daddy's boy, just do what you feel. Spend it lonely. Do a time or return to 25. When the sun goes down, you can make it good and live by. When I'm happy, when I'm daddy, when I'm me, we love everybody, but we do as we please. When the weather's fine, we go fishing or go sailing in the sea. We're always happy, lives we live in, yeah, that's our philosophy. Sing along with us, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, da-da-da-da-da, yeah, we're happy. Da-da-da, dee-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. Yeah. All right. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. When the wind is here, yeah, it's party time. Bring a bottle, break a knuckles, it'll soon be summertime. And we'll sing again. We go driving or maybe we'll settle down. She's free, she's nice. Bring your friends and we'll all go into town.
I thought that song would end, man. I think he was just doing some shit. I told you, that song bring in people. Just start clapping your hands when you're watching this video. Start clapping your hands and do the chicken dance.
In the summertime, when the weather is hot, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find. If a daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If a daddy's poor, just do what you feel. Spend it lonely, do a turn or return to 25. When the sun goes down, you can make it good and live by. When I'm happy, when I'm dirty, when I'm mean, we love everybody, but we do as we please. When the weather's fine, we go fishing or go sailing in the sea. We're always happy, lives we live in, yeah, that's our philosophy. Sing along with us, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, da-da-da-da-da, yeah, we're happy.
Now that song's over. You guys have a good one, man. Take calculator risk out there, nephew. Peace.